Hi, everyone. Welcome to Conscious Conversations. I'm your host, Katie Augustyn. So I'm the founder of the Transformation Center, which is based in Westport, Connecticut. And at the center, in addition to the private individual sessions that I do with the shamanic healing and the transformation coaching, I also offer different classes, workshops. I love to host other practitioners so you can learn about them and what they do. And it's all designed really to help you remember and rediscover who you truly are and let go of who you're not. And that's really the goal. So we have a website. We'll put up the information, the contact info. You can check it out. It's just transformationcenterct.com, the CT for Connecticut. And there's an event calendar there. You can register online. We're even having sound baths. Currently, it's the summer here in Connecticut, so we're having those in the backyard, which is really, really special to do that. It's just a beautiful evening outdoors. And, I'd love to work with beginners, so just contact me. You can set up a free consultation anytime. All right, and thank you for being here for Conscious Conversations. I'm excited that tonight my guest is Kayla Rose Yoder. Welcome, Kayla.
Thank you so much. It's really good to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to do this. And I want to just read a little bit about you before we get started.
Yes.
So they can just get a little short intro. And then we'll put up the slide with your contact info as well.
Thank you.
Kayla has a beautiful website that you can check out. All right, so Kayla believes that business is some of the most powerful magic we can do in this life. And we're going to learn a lot more about that. She brings a unique blend of soulful, creative, and practical teachings to support women-led businesses to thrive. With a background in performing arts, Kayla absolutely loves helping people to be self-expressed. Yeah, isn't that so true? It starts with who we are, and then we want other people to benefit from that.
Definitely.
Like what we've learned and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to just...
The embodiment.
Yeah, the embodiment. So I'll say a little bit more. So in her programs, Kayla supports women to find and amplify their voice and embody the healing wisdom they have, which is so true because we all have it within us. Yeah, it's a matter of accessing it. And her vision is creating a world, I love this, where bliss and business belong in the same sentence. Yeah. Because it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, it's the unique expression of who we are. And it can come out in so many ways. And business is definitely one of the important ones, right?
Yeah, it's a creative expression, I think.
Yeah. So in Kayla's community, we have fun marketing our work, growing our impact, and living our legacy. And I can say firsthand that I've already experienced this with Kayla, and it's like nothing else I've ever done. So I'm really grateful to you for helping me and so many other people.
Thank you. I'm so curious about when you say it's like nothing else you've ever done. Like, what is...
Well, I think the blending of the business and the spiritual aspect of it, because to me, that's what sets you aside from other coaches that I've worked with, is knowing how to access that and bringing out, like I was saying in my work, bringing out, who we truly are and being able to speak from that place.
Yes.
Not a place of fear or lack or like marketing is difficult. That's
exactly.
That's what I mean.
My philosophy is like that marketing is really just sharing, and everyone can share, so I try to make it like demystify it and make it more human. I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, more human, but also more spiritual.
Yeah.
Because like when you said, it's sharing, but it's sharing a part of you that, some of us may be reluctant to share initially.
Yeah.
You have to feel that safe, that, the love.
Yeah.
Being who we are. And I think once we get in that place, it's easier to share authentically.
Yeah. Yeah, and what we say also arises in the space of like the listening of the people around us. So we have to put ourselves in a space where people are like listening for our truth. That's what I try to do in my programs and my accelerator program and everything. And so you're in a space where your truth is being, asked for from the space. So then it helps to kind of pull it forward and amplify it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that.
Never explained it that way before, but that is how I think about it.
That's how it came across.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're right. It's not something that you're forcing on anyone.
Yeah. You mean like the
message?
The message. Yeah, right. I've had experience like when I first started marketing my business, where I felt like the coaches that I hired, I was turning to them to guide me and show me my my path, And thankfully, I worked with people who were really focused on that embodiment and that soulful truth. So I felt like I was shown that path. But I didn't fully like own it at first. I think it still felt like it was coming from someone else. So it's taken me time to integrate. And that's like when I work with clients, I always want to be mindful that I'm inviting them to bring their truth and their passion forward. So you're not like twisting and bending to market yourself and trying to put on a mask and trying to be like, I do this, and there's a fine line between like, it's performative in that you're in front of people, you have to speak, you have to be seen, but how do we do that in a way that's authentic?
Right.
If we're doing healing work and embodiment work and personal empowerment work, we're in this day and age, I don't think we need more like teachings to read about and try to get something right. We need more people who are living the values that we have learned and that we know, and practice communities for practicing, I feel.
Yeah.
Instead of like putting people on pedestals that are
right.
Yeah,
no, I think I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about being that sage on the stage, as I used to say.
Yeah.
It's about relating. To me, it's about connection.
Yeah.
And about relationships and finding out what's important, what's important to you. And then, like you said before, sharing and being vulnerable with each other. And, the marketing side of it it's sometimes looked at as something, over there, like it's not an integral part of who we are and what we do. And I think in my case, what you had made me, or not made me, but allowed me to see was that I was trying to give a message that I thought was what people wanted to hear or needed to hear, even worse, and as opposed to something that I felt or believed or really wanted to share.
Yeah. And I could feel it in you when we started talking about like your email list and stuff, is your energy was just, there was no excitement. There was no, because, and a lot of people have that experience. Like the marketing is just like the default thing that we have to do. And,
exactly.
Well, when your business is more evolved, I think it becomes that. When you're first starting out, it's like, what the heck? Where do I even start? What do I even do? And then, but it can always feel like some kind of, I think, especially for women, we're used to being seen in maybe a light of like, oh, we're not as smart or not as, there's just that general patriarchal conditioning. And so I'm also passionate about like making marketing feel accessible, like I said before, and also putting those tools in the hands of people, and especially women, so that they're not like, the amount of people who have told me that they like spent thousands of dollars hiring someone on Fiverr to do their website or like make their logo, and then like it was a nightmare and they had to go back and forth a whole bunch of times and they still didn't get it right. Like it breaks my heart. Yeah. And just like, oh.
Yeah, because it's like this cookie cutter industry out there, right?
Yeah.
That just doesn't really, get you, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that can be difficult. Well, I want to back up just for a minute. We just kind of jumped right in.
Yeah, we did.
But I'm kind of curious, I love to find out from my guests, like, how did you get interested in what you're doing? How did you get started in this?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hard question to answer because I feel like I do feel that what I'm doing now is like my sole purpose. Like so I feel like I came into this earth with this kind of mission, and I feel like the values that were imprinted on me as a kid in growing up in like a very open-minded, I guess, like family and culture. Like I did the Landmark Forum, which is a transformational seminar that they had at that time. They had it for young people, and I did that when I was 8. Wow. And that was really empowering and showed me a real sense of like who I am and who we are as human beings. But then going out of that into the world and realizing like that's not how most people live.
Was that disappointing or?
Yeah, challenging. Yeah. So there's that, and I've always been interested in theater and music, but I guess more recently, during COVID, I took a program with 2 of my favorite musicians, Maria Stark and Elijah Ray. And I had done a course with Maria before called Voice of My Womb and written some songs she has an album called Lineage, and there's a song, Voice of My Womb, that is amazing. And so anyway, I took vocal core resonance with them. And at that time, I had been trying to get my coaching business like off the ground, so to speak. I had already invested probably at least $20,000 in like mentors and all that stuff, and hadn't really seen that return yet. And I kind of just, I reached this point where I was like, you know what? I just need to put this down for a little bit. I'm going to get a temp job. So I did that. As soon as I let it go, my friend called me and was like, I'm going on maternity leave. Would you be willing to facilitate the calls for my group, for the Pussy Power Hour calls for her women's business program? Her business was Aphrodite University, cool. Amanda Noel. I'm not sure if she's still doing those programs or something different now, but it was like a miracle.
I mean, no accidents though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, this is exactly what I wanted to be doing, just holding space for women and getting paid consistently for that. So that facilitating led to then doing sales for her program, and we sold, we filled up her business coaching program, and then that led to being a coach in the program. So I got the honor of coaching some of the women in that program, and I was also doing the vocal core resonance at that time. So I was doing this toning practice where as I was singing and toning and just exploring my voice and my expression, one of the things that I was working on was like calling in money. So I would sing to my money essentially, or like I would sing to the clients that were coming in. And so I would feel them. Like I could really get a sense of that person, who they were, what their hesitations were, what they needed from me, but also their commitment and that they are coming in. And then I would meet them and then, and so I was just kind of amazed because I had done so much posting on social media and I think I did a relatively good job with my content at the beginning. The thing that was missing was like a really clear problem that I was solving, I see now. And my own embodiment of like clarity and confidence that I could deliver on that. And probably consistency too, in terms of, just like a rhythm. So that's all. So through that period of time where I was just so frustrated and my business wasn't going anywhere, I've been able to like piece out what was missing there, and that's kind of the core of the programs that I'm doing now, basically.
Yeah, so it's like trial and error kind of process, and just getting clear, really. That's what it feels like, Kayla. We all need to, I think, go through that. It's hard to just jump out of the box and say this is, you kind of know who you are, felt like from an early age. Yeah. Which is very highly unusual, just saying.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, my experience anyway, it is. And I think that it was just a matter of alignment, it felt like. Feels like, because things weren't quite, in alignment at that time. So now it feels like they are. Yeah. Things came into alignment and like the 3D with all the visions. And that's like that's kind of what I'm getting, is that you kind of had to not merge, but in a way. Yeah, in a way. And a lot of that also was healing my relationship with my body. Yeah. Because I had body dysmorphia and I had anorexia when I was a kid that I wasn't diagnosed. I didn't really it wasn't really clear to me or anyone else around me that that's what I was dealing with. Oh, that's challenging. So it wasn't until that, also around that time when I was working for Aphrodite University and I was doing vocal cord resonance, that I was also healing my relationship with my body and nourishing myself and things like that. So it kind of all came together in that way. Yeah. Well, that's often how it works. When we start the healing process, it doesn't always have to be conscious, but it comes, and eventually it comes. Yeah. It's like, I feel like it's like our guides or our soul or whatever life like kind of knows what we need. Yeah, no, right? I totally believe that. And what you said about your, coming here, your path, or how did you describe it? Your purpose, your soul's purpose. Yeah. And one thing that I've learned is about getting in alignment with our purpose or our soul's path, and how that opens up things so incredibly well that it's like the opposite of effort. Yes. Like what you're saying, with what you let go of what was not working, things just started to come to you, and you get in this flow. And I found that I was taking a course with Jackie Beam, and she calls it, I think it's just universal laws is what she calls it. There's a lot of universal laws, but this was about aligning our will with the will of the divine. Yeah. And how that it makes things so much easier. Yeah. Once we get in that place. And we were talking about the surrender experiment the other day, weren't we, at the Synergy Circle? Yeah, I think I read that book around that time too. And I was like, okay, let's just try this. I surrender. Yeah, right. I love that book too, because it's like, and surrender not as in giving up. Right. but is as in accepting, I think.
Yeah, that's interesting. That same word like could have two different connotations.
Yeah, it's almost like radical acceptance, or what we were talking about before about the energy of allowing.
Yeah.
So it's more like that to me than surrender feels, we've given it that connotation in our culture, I think, surrender, like giving up.
Like in a war, like in a battle.
Yes.
In the context of a battle, surrender means giving up. But if you're not in the context of a battle, it means allowing. Right?
Allowing and open and being open.
Yeah. But I think both of those connotations actually could be useful for what we're talking about, right? Because like if we're fighting against life, or we're fighting against ourselves, or like if we're feeling like we're in a battle in some way, then surrender, yes, give up the battle.
Right, give up the battle.
Give up.
That's a good point. Well, it totally shifts the energy.
Yeah. It's good for parenting. Actually, it's funny. My dad, this weekend, he just gave us a book called, The Art of War. I haven't actually read The Art of War. Now I need to. But he I guess it occurred to him that someone must have written The Art of War for kids. So he looked it up, and they did. And then someone also wrote The Art of Parenting, which is the art of war, but applied to parenting. Oh, and it's so funny. I just started reading it.
So you did?
Yes.
Is it good?
It's really funny. It's really good. It's like, it's something about like the one who arrives at bedtime, or the one who fights their way to the evening arrives at bedtime exhausted. The one who like approaches bedtime proactively arrives refreshed, or something. I don't know. It's just really funny to see like life and parenting as like,
gives you a little twist on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's right, because you have a 10-year-old son yourself.
Yes. Yeah. And that's part of also, I would say, what got me interested in the work I'm doing now is like having him. And when I was pretty young, I was 24, and I wasn't like expecting to have a child at that time. But I've always wanted to be a mom, and I've always wanted to be a really like present mom. And so I was challenged to figure out like, okay, my career, I haven't really, launched my career in any way yet. And I could see that like, if I didn't do something, I could get completely consumed by motherhood. And I wanted to have something that would support my being a mother, but also give me a stream of income and a sense of something to be of service to, broader community and things like that. So I was always seeking like, what's a business model that I could do? And since I'd done so much personal development work, it made sense to be a coach. And
I see, yeah.
And really, I'm grateful that I took that path, because then, when I was going through health challenges and other kinds of personal challenges, the most challenging period of my physical healing and recovery was also the time when my business grew the most, because I had learned so many tools for how to do business in a do less way. I'll quote Kate Northrup on that. So I was able to, I doubled my income. I also did Relaxed Money with Kate Northrup, which I highly recommend. That year, I think I only worked 10 hours a week. I mean, I felt like I was working more than that, because I was working on my healing and I was working on my parenting and all that stuff. But my business allowed me to engage also in the rest of my life.
It's terrific.
Yeah. And now my healing, my health is better, and I'm like, okay, it's upwards from here.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like that. You're in a good place, but it also feels like that. What you were describing is it's like all one in some ways. So you said, you're parenting, you're healing yourself,
yes,
and your business, but it didn't feel like your business was over here. It felt like it was kind of all one,
yeah,
which for a lot of people, that's not the case. And I think that's almost like your secret sauce.
Yeah, the soul purpose work. Yeah, where it's all one, because who we are is like who we are. So
right. And you said it yourself, having, what was it about the sentence in the same sentence? Bliss and business belong in the same sentence.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes.
It's not just the same. It's literal, but it's also, metaphorical, and it's spiritual. It feels like it's all one. Is what it feels like.
Thank you. I noticed that, like, when I meet with people for like a brand story session, that like I always ask like what I always try to really get to know them and their path and their story and their journey, because it shapes like who you're going to serve and what type of clients. Like, I really believe in collaboration over competition, especially in like the wellness industry, and because Lord knows the world needs wellness on such a scale that we have no business competing with each other.
There's no limit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all good.
Yeah. So it's really about finding like what's your unique medicine, what's your unique story, and then how can you craft that into a program, into giving people tools to guide them on their journey, which is not to say that you should make your marketing all about you, which is a pitfall that a lot of people fall into.
Yeah. What does that look like?
Well, like, for example, on the about page of the website, a lot of times people will just share like a big long bio about all their experience and everything that they've done. And what your clients actually need is to understand how that relates to them. So you want to say something about yourself and then relate it to the client. So like, if you're like me, maybe, you're struggling to fall asleep at night. So then it builds a connection, and it positions you as the guide instead of you as like the hero of the story.
Okay, I get it. That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. I think I need some help with that. I don't know, but
I mean, we all need help with it also, because like my mentor said, we can't read the label from inside the bottle. Like,
oh, wow.
So, I even like recently hired a coach, and it's been so helpful. I mean, I've had many coaches and mentors, but for a period of time, I just stopped because I was like, okay, I gotta like integrate all of this. But yeah, I got to a point, then I built my business on referrals, but then I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I need to market myself again. And I need someone else from the outside
to see.
Yeah, because you're so familiar with your work and who you are and who your clients are. And so it's helpful to have like another perspective.
Yeah, that's true. Well, this is great. I can't believe it's almost 30 minutes we've been talking here, so we're going to have to wrap up in a minute. But is there something that I didn't ask or that you'd like to share before we wrap up about yourself, or how you want to, reach out? Or
well, I could share. Yeah.
Well, let's put up your slide again for one thing. We'll put up your slide with your contact info.
Yeah.
That'll go up. But anyway, what were you going to say?
I was just going to share like a little piece of the like the vocal alchemy work that I like to include in some of my process. So I could invite you to do this with me, and anyone who's listening, if you want to just put a hand on your heart and then take a deep breath. And then we're going to sing a tone into the center of our chest. And you can use the word home. And the intention is just to call yourself into presence and call yourself home to the center of your being.
Nice. Thank you. you. Thank you, Kayla.
Thank you so much.
Being here, and thank you to our audience for being here. Yeah, really, that was great. Great way to end.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we could talk so much more, but
I love the work that you do. So thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to our audience for being here, and to the Westport Library. We love you guys. Next time, namaste.